Every time anyone sees Pumping On, they will come away, loving the movie, getting inspired by the movie, but at the same time, they're asking themselves, wow, I mean, was all of this stuff true?
Pumping Iron is an extremely popular bodybuilding film that was released on January 18th, 1977, and it features bodybuilders during the last 100 days leading up to the Mr. Olympia competition. It has garnered millions of views and drawn many towards the sport of bodybuilding thanks to the legendary rivalry portrayed between the reigning champion, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the underdog Lou Ferrigno. I think I can speak for the majority and say that this film was entertaining, intriguing, motivating, and hilarious at points.
The noise, like, ah, oh.
So it was extremely surprising for me, and maybe you too, seeing that it was labeled as a documentary. Let's get it straight. This film isn't truly a documentary, as a documentary should try its best to interpret reality to the best of its abilities. While Pumping Iron does truly follow the 100 days leading up to the Mr. Olympia, it does so with added bits of comedy and drama that exaggerate the true nature of the film. So, what even is Pumping Iron? In simplest terms, many deem this film a docudrama, which was a term I was completely unfamiliar with until I saw Pumping Iron. Basically, a docudrama tends to enhance or exaggerate the true nature of the subject for entertainment value, and can sometimes add fictional events to change the real story. Now, did Pumping Iron do this? Yes, it did. A prime example is the star Arnold Schwarzenegger. He overly exaggerated many aspects of his stories and played into his goal oriented, emotionless character to portray a champion's mindset.
You want to be a champion, you cannot have any kind of an outside negative force coming in and affect you. With my girlfriend, because she just looked at me and she said, it doesn't bother you? I mean, your father died, and I did never talk about it again.
Even Lou Ferrigno had his storyline slightly altered to truly fit the underdog character that the directors were looking for. He was easily exploitable in the sense that the directors could take advantage of his vulnerabilities, such as his speech impediment, to portray him as a direct contrast to Arnold. Now, can we even be certain that this is a docudrama? Well, the stars of the film have come out and said that they were either incorrectly portrayed or stated misinformation to dramatize the film.
Let me speak for myself. Let me be who I am, please. This is not how I want to conduct myself. This is not how I want to be in the film.
It's important to clarify that there are certain things in this movie that were true, like the competition, the outcome of the competition, the training, the severity of the training, the severity of the pain, the sacrifices that needed to be made, the amount of hours we spent in the gym, the food supplements we had to take, the food that we had to eat all the time, the pounds of meat and all those kind of things. All of that is true. But there were certain things that are not true. And that's why we never call it a documentary, we call it always a docudrama.
So, it's a docudrama, but is that really a bad thing? Personally, I don't really think so, and I think many people agree that it only helps create a more interesting dynamic throughout the film. With just a little research, you'll find a rather understandable reason for the exaggerations: money. The directors seriously needed Pumping Iron to do well, so enhancing the experience and storyline was just another way to make the film more appealing for a wider audience. I think that this is completely understandable, and personally, learning about it doesn't take away from the original charm and draw the film had.
But how much can we look at this footage of them doing squats and chin-ups and sit-ups and all this? It's boring. Even though exciting to them, but it's boring to us to watch. So therefore, let's create some drama, some conflict. Let's create a villain. Let's create a hero. Let's create the guy that has the psychological power over people. Let's create the guys that fall for it and they wipe out because of it. Let's have guys pulling tricks on each other in the gym when they're training, when they're 500 pounds on the back. What can they do to each other? Those are the kind of things I like to see. This is what the investors said. So we started creating those kind of moments.
Now that the docudrama versus documentary ramble is over, I just want to talk about the influence Pumping Iron has had on people, myself included. Pumping Iron explores many different personalities and dynamics, from Mike Katz, the family man, to Franco Columbu, the strongman, and even the aesthetic Serge Nubret, amongst many others. Pumping Iron really showcases, the depth of bodybuilders beyond their physiques. We see Mike Katz's kind, warm heart as a father, Ken Waller and Arnold Schwarzenegger's psychological mind games, and Lou Ferrigno and his father's not so real father son relationship, which all in the moment show us how bodybuilders aren't really freaks, but rather normal people just like us. To be honest, this sense of relatability is what drew me into pumping iron and bodybuilding in the first place. Did I or do I think I will ever be as massive as Arnold or Lou? No, but I can relate to all the characters in some certain way, whether it be Mike's love for his family, Arnold's confidence, or Lou's vulnerability. I feel like I share some connection between all of them. And I really think that's what makes Pumping Iron so special. It doesn't matter if there were lies baked within the plot or if things in reality weren't as they seemed on screen. What really matters is the positive influence and impact the film has had on us, the audience. Remember, guys, I am purely a casual fan of bodybuilding and pumping iron, not some high level critic, so I truly think that my experience with the film has been one that, many of you guys have had too. Pumping Iron wouldn't be Pumping Iron without the misconceptions, misinformations, and the lies, and I'm totally happy with finding out that the plot was semi scripted. Like I said, it doesn't change the impact the film first had on me, and I think new viewers will experience just as impactful a viewing as I first did. Now, I'm assuming you've watched Pumping Iron, so please let me know if you've had a similar experience with the film. Moreover, it would be interesting to see if you guys have had different experiences. Maybe some of you could, decipher the scripted nature of the film from the beginning, while others may have not even connected with the characters at all. Anyways, that was just my quick and honest review of Pumping Iron, briefly detailing how I feel about this docudrama. Maybe in another video, I will dive into some of my favorite scenes. However, readily available footage of the film is rather hard to find, apart from piracy, of course, which, guys, I do not condone at all. All in all, this film has drawn in so many bodybuilding fans from all across the world and has helped propel the sport into mainstream media. I absolutely adore the film, if you guys couldn't tell already, and will probably watch it many more times in the future and continue to learn more and more about it. So I guess that's it, guys. Please let me know down below if you like this content. If you did, liking and subscribing is much appreciated as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.